Shark the Storm is the follow-up series to the movie Shark the Beginning. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check out the video on my YouTube channel. Woo-Sol starting his morning with a training session. As he runs, he reflects on how life has been for him and the other former convicts since their release. Woo-Sol is now training to become an MMA fighter. Won-Jun picks up work where he can while studying for the GED with Woo-Sol's friend Yoon Ji-hee. Sang-Hyung has started a food truck business. Sang-Hyuk works at a gym with Woo-Sol, and then he wants to continue his wrestling career. Society has not been kind to our ex-convicts, but they scrape by and remain close friends even on the outside. Their affection runs deep. They call each other brother and look out for one another. Adjusting back into normal life hasn't been easy, but they're all trying their best to move forward. Each of them has personal goals and ambitions, and they're putting in the work to make those dreams a reality. Woo-Sol makes a visit to Do-hyun in prison to share how things have been going. It's been 6 months since Woo-Sol got out. Do-hyun expresses concern about Woo-Sol's clash with Suk-chan, warning him to stay alert and not let his emotions get the better of him. After the visit, Woo-Sol heads back to the gym. There, one of the blonde fighters challenges him, essentially using him as a punching bag. Woo-Sol accepts, but the sparring match gets intense, and he accidentally breaks the other boxer's arm. The coach is furious, especially since the injured fighter had an important match that day. Elsewhere, a select group of people receive alerts about underground boxing matches. These insiders get the chance to place bets leading up to a major event. This illegal fighting arena is run by Woo-Yong, Suk-chan's boss in the previous movie. But one of the fighters drops out last minute. The fighter is Blondie, but couldn't thanks to the injury he sustained against Woo-Sol. To fill the gap, the organizers bring in a mystery fighter. Meanwhile, Woo-Yong is seen swimming when he hears about the dropout. He calmly volunteers to step in. The announcement that Woo-Yong is entering the ring stirs things up. His opponent grows visibly nervous, and Woo-Yong plays on that fear. The announcer challenges viewers to bet on whether the opponent can last even 30 seconds. He doesn't, he's taken down in just 10. With 20 seconds left on the clock, Woo-Yong breaks the guy's leg. After that, as payback for his losses, Woo-Yong brutally kills Blondie and his crew. He's just had an opening in his roster of fighters, so he orders a background check on Woo-Sol. Back with Woo-Sol, he gets a call inviting him to hang out with his friends. On the way, he runs into Won-Jun, who's trying to make amends with his victims. He tried offering one of them money, but was rejected. Woo-Sol encourages him, and they head to Sang-Hyung's food truck. They grab a bite, joke around, and enjoy each other's company until Woo-Jun's teacher, Ji, stops by. As they wrap up their meal and start tidying, Woo-Yong unexpectedly appears. Woo-Yong definitely has a god complex. He struts through traffic, literally stopping cars to demand Woo-Sol work for him as a fighter. Woo-Sol declines the demand or job offer, and Woo-Yong decides to retaliate by pulling Woo-Sol into playing a nasty game with life and death stakes. Woo-Yong sends Park Sher-hyun to kidnap Ji-hee. Sher-hyun dresses up as a pregnant lady and lures Ji-hee into a trap where a waiting gangster grabs her. When Woo-Sol and his friends find out where Ji-hee is being kept, he and Won-Jun set off to help her and fall into yet another trap. This does not end well, and eventually the two men get overwhelmed by the volume of gangsters they have to fight. 3 of our crew are being held hostage, but the nightmare has only started. When the abductees regain consciousness, they are all in straitjackets. Woo-Yong is obviously a man who doesn't deal well with rejection and doesn't hear the word no very often. For the crime of having turned down a job offer, Woo-Yong tells Woo-Sol to choose which of his friends will die. Woo-Yong leaves before the choice is made and instructs Sher-hyun to make sure she kills someone as he has a prior engagement, and to keep the camera running. While still being filmed, Sher-hyun stabs Won-Jun, just because Woo-Sol was panicking asking him what he should do. Won-Jun takes advantage of the stab wound as it loosened his straitjacket, and he gains the upper hand long enough to free Woo-Sol and Ji-hee. But getting out of this is another matter. The building is completely crawling with gangsters. This kicks off some incredible fight scenes, where you can hear almost every bone break throughout. The battle seems unwinnable, and Won-Jun tells Woo-Sol to get Ji-hee out of there while he holds the gangsters off. Woo-Sol and Ji-hee run into yet more thugs on their way out, but thankfully Sung-Yong and Sam arrive and help fight back the tide of bad guys. The group doesn't abandon Won-Jun though. They successfully rescue him and manage to escape together via Sung-Yong's food truck. Won-Jun had held his own throughout all the fighting, but it's too late. On the way to the hospital, he succumbs to his wounds. The pain everyone feels is palpable. At Wonjun's funeral, his sister Lee Yun-jin is furious and blames Woo-sol. It is heartbreaking to watch Woo-sol sink to his knees and apologize. This is not a situation Woo-sol sought out, but he agrees that Wonjun's death is all his fault. We see that Wonjun had left Woo-sol with his dying wish. Wonjun wanted to sincerely apologize to everyone he hurt before he went to prison. But since it's too late for him now, he had asked Woo-sol to seek out all the people he had bullied and apologize on his behalf. This weighs heavily on Woo-sol as a past victim of bullying. While Ji-hee is on the phone with her mom, she accidentally spots one of Woo-Yong's men. She quietly follows him into an empty room, where she overhears a conversation between him and a cop. Turns out, Woo-Yong uses his connections to pay off the police and make Wonjun's murder go away. With the police making zero progress and after overhearing a few key conversations, Yun-jin starts to realize that Woo-sol and his crew weren't behind her brother's death after all. Unlike the cops, the crew isn't about to let Wonjun's murder slide, and Yun-jin wants in. To prove herself, Woo-sol, Sung-yong, and Sang-hyub put her to the test in the ring, and she holds her own just fine. The plan is simple. Head to Woo-yong's building, take on his men, and retrieve the recording of Wonjun's murder. Yun-jin kicks things off by delivering a package to the building's broadcasting room. It's covered in phones that the crew can use to track the room's location and recover the footage. As a distraction, they blow up Sung-yong's food truck, then storm the building to deal with Woo-yong's henchmen while Woo-sol heads for the footage. But things don't go as planned. Woo-sol makes it to the broadcasting room, only to find the footage already gone. Woo-yong's one step ahead and taunts Woo-sol through the speakers. If he wants the footage, he'll have to face Woo-yong one-on-one. This was a brutal finale, every fighter up against a tough opponent. Yun-jin faced off with her brother's killer. Without hesitation, she charged in and the fight broke out. Sung-yong and Sang-hyub clashed with Woo-yong's strongest men. But the real spotlight was on the main event, Woo-sol versus Woo-yong. It was intense. Woo-sol, who had never experienced Woo-yong's power before, was completely overwhelmed. He kept taking hits, getting tossed around like a ragdoll. He was nothing more than a toy in Woo-yong's eyes. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew was doing everything they could just to survive. Sung-yong took a hit to the leg, leaving him cornered. Yun-jin, after giving it her all against her brother's killer, noticed Sung-yong struggling and rushed to help. But that left her open, and she got injured too, taken down by one of Woo-yong's men. Sang-hyub, on the other hand, tried to escape the chokehold of a massive henchman. Back in the ring, after getting completely wrecked, Woo-sol was forced to watch a video footage of Wonjun being stabbed by a crazed woman, his screams faint in the background. At the edge of death, memories of Wonjun's fight to escape from Woo-yong's building came flooding back to Woo-sol. He wasn't about to let that be for nothing. Woo-sol snapped out of it, broke out of Woo-yong's arm lock, and slammed him down hard. Out of nowhere, he found this insane strength fueled by his need to avenge Wonjun. He dodged Woo-yong's punches, kicked his leg, and landed a brutal punch to Woo-yong's face that sent him flying. Woo-yong, clearly rattled, jumped back in the ring. He tried a couple of punches, but Woo-sol faked him out and countered with another hit. Woo-yong could tell Woo-sol had changed. He tried to take him down again, but failed and ended up getting slammed by Woo-sol. Then something unexpected happened. Woo-sol had the chance to break Woo-yong's leg, but he stopped. Let him go. Woo-yong, terrified, pulled himself away. Woo-sol smashed the giant screen remote behind him. Humiliated, Woo-yong charged at him again, but tripped and got beat down hard. As Woo-yong tried to crawl away, Woo-sol grabbed his hand and unloaded a flurry of punches to his face. Woo-yong broke free and went for a kick to Woo-sol's head, but got suplexed so hard into the ring that the whole thing collapsed. The others were barely hanging on. Yun-jin, still nursing her injured arm, was about to go after the henchman again, but Sung-yong tackled him out of nowhere and locked in an arm lock. Even when the guy tried pressing on Sung-yong's wound to escape, it didn't work. Yun-jin jumped in and pummeled him. Saab was exhausted, still struggling against the huge guy he'd been fighting alone, but with one final synchronized hit, they knocked the henchman out cold. Back to Woo-sol after the suplex, he crawled out of the broken ring. Woo-yong wasn't far behind. They kept going. Woo-sol locked him into a tight combo, an armbar mixed with a triangle choke. Woo-yong resisted, picked Woo-sol up, slammed him into the wall, and dropped him to the floor. But Woo-sol wouldn't let go. He kept choking Woo-yong with his legs until finally, Woo-Yong's body gave out, his arms snapped. Desperate, Woo-Yong charged at Woo-Sol, trying to push him off the third floor. But Woo-Sol held onto a shattered window edge and caught Woo-Yong's arm just in time, stopping him from falling. Woo-Sol didn't want Woo-Yong to die, he wanted him to be held accountable. Woo-Yong told him to just let go, but Woo-Sol refused. With everything he had left, he pulled Woo-Yong back up. As Woo-Sol turned to leave, Woo-Yong grabbed his leg. Typical jerk move. He sneered and said Woo-Sol would regret saving him. But Woo-Sol didn't let that slide. He looked him dead in the eyes and said, "I'm not like you." Then he walked away, with the video evidence of all of Woo-Yong's crimes. Woo-Yong was furious, but he was done. All he could hear now was Woo-Sol's words, echoing in his head. At the end, we see our group of friends slowly picking up the pieces and planning to compete in the World Rookie Championship. Woo-Sol keeps his word and personally apologizes to the families of Wonjun's victims. Meanwhile, Woo-Yong gets locked up for everything: murder, running illegal fight clubs, the whole 9 yards. But when Woo-Yong arrives at prison, guess who his new cellmate is? Do-Hyun. As their eyes meet, a sly little smirk spreads across both their faces.